This is one of the driest years that we've had so far that I can recollect from my own knowledge of working on the river for the past 4 years.
This Nanaimo First Nation is in a desperate race against time and weather to try and save salmon in the Nanaimo River.
This is a vision for what growth will look like along these two corridors and the neighborhoods that surround them for the next 20 years.
After years of discussion and debate, Saanich Council passes a controversial development plan. And a World Cup frenzy in downtown Victoria. Thousands gathering. Canadian pride on full display, set to celebrate a chance for our team to make soccer history. CHEK News starts now. Good evening. Thanks very much for joining us. Soccer fans on Vancouver Island have waited years, and today Team Canada making its Vancouver debut in their second game of pool play in the FIFA World Cup. The implications of this one massive, as Canada not only looks to advance past the group stage for the first time in history, but also looks to chalk up its first win in history. Jordan Cunningham joins us live with fans that didn't hop a ferry, gathered around screens all over Vancouver Island. Jordan's at the biggest one in Market Square and joins us with what has become an unexpected and incredible afternoon. Jordan?
Stacey, I didn't hear the last few words because people just went bonkers. I assume we are probably in the waning seconds of this one. We put 6 on the board, a half dozen goals in this one. Incredible stuff. And if you were wondering where to watch the game on southern Vancouver Island, well, I think we have your answer. Market Square downtown, absolutely electric. As you can see, people starting to file out now. There were absolutely no seats to be had. Standing room only everywhere. Now, part of the knock against us in the soccer world, well, is first that we call it soccer. Second of all is that we tend to look at it through a hockey lens. And when we went up 3-0, I thought, uh-oh, it's the most dangerous lead in hockey. Well, nope, apparently in soccer, that means game, set, match, and here's what it sounded like to take the lead. Well, overwhelming favorites we were versus Qatar, and BC Place got an early treat. And you know what? If Market Square had a roof, it would have blown off and landed somewhere probably near Esquimalt. The open air crowd loving it, seeing quick strikes from Kyle Laren and Jonathan David. Then David again in stoppage time at the end of the first half. That made it 3-0. 3-0. I still can't say nil. I'm just not that quite there yet as a person. But with that big lead, vibes were high.
Oh, it's the best. Absolutely electric here.
Oh! I feel pretty good about
Almost 3-0.
Feels like we're kind of close to the
Oh,
action.
it was great. Down here, Victoria, Market Square, beautiful hosting. Thank you very much, Victoria.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with Victoria's ability to put something on. I'm very surprised. It's amazing. It's electric.
And if you're wondering what the scene was like in Vancouver pre-match, well, here you go. The march to the match, this throng of fans making their way toward BC Place. Now, I'm not great with estimating here, but I see thousands and thousands and thousands of people. I see smoke bombs. I hear chanting. All of a sudden, Stace, we kind of look like the rest of the soccer world. Amazing stuff there, and perhaps some incentive to dig deep into the piggy bank and head over next Wednesday when Canada faces Switzerland. Now, not exactly scarf weather here, but it did come in handy in these conditions. Win number 1 is in the books, 6-0. I'll work on that nil thing, but somewhere I hope the likes of Bruce Wilson, Ian Bridge, Georgie Pecos, and Jamie Lowry are hosting a pint tonight because, well, they walked so we could all run to Market Square and watch Canada beat Qatar 6-0. And again, I know you have some clout around the station, Stace. I know you're not the boss, but I would like to just ask for the day on Wednesday. If we're going to be a soccer country, we need to commit to things, and I'm committing to not being at work on Wednesday. I just wanted to get that out there early.
Okay, that's a bandwagon I can definitely jump on board, Jordan. I think that's a fine idea. Thanks. A great job down in Market Square. Enjoy the celebration, and maybe we'll check in on Wednesday. We can do it all over again. Thanks.
Sounds good.
On Checkpoint tonight, we want to know, are you surprised at the level of excitement in Canada over the FIFA World Cup? You can vote at checknews.ca and we will have results for you a little bit later in the newscast. The Nanaimo River is drying out at an alarming rate, that according to the Nanaimo First Nations Marine Division. It's been out trying to save young salmon, and it's doing it much earlier than in years past. Kendall Hansen documented their work today.
Nanaimo First Nations Marine Division is on a tributary of the Nanaimo River today, working to rescue young salmon. This section has been cut off from the main river, and with water temperatures rising, absorption and evaporation, time is ticking for the young smolts stuck in it.
This is one of the driest years that we've had so far that I can recollect from my own knowledge of working on the river for the past 4 years. It's quite substantially drier than we've normally seen.
The team first catches what it can in a net before transferring them to buckets where they're treated with an anesthetic. The ones larger than 70 millimeters are tagged with a microchip and recorded for future monitoring.
We want to see what the return is of the smaller salmon, how many of them are making it back into the mainstream as an adult. And we have a pit Tearena down in the lower underneath the Duke Point Bridge, and we could see those come back. So as soon as they cross over the antenna itself, it will give us the alert and we'll see the little number that we put into them in their abdominal cavity.
The future tagged returns will show the value of this year's work, funded in part by the Pacific Salmon Foundation. The BC Conservation Foundation is also helping.
In a lot of streams, we're seeing levels in May that we typically see in August. So we were just speculating. We don't know what percentage of the population of coho ends up in this side channel and is stuck in these pools, but just judging by the numbers that Nanaimo's taken out so far, it's fairly significant.
The First Nation says it's rescued more than 5,000 young salmon so far. The team has been working down the tributary as it's been drying up. It was working in this section 2 weeks ago.
And the river is drying up quickly. The team rescued about 500 smolts from that stranded water right there. And on that same day, the team rescued another 150 smolts from water at the base of that tree that has since dried up.
They take their precious cargo to the main river. The temperature 21 degrees in this section, 4 degrees higher than the side channel they were in. So they find a better location with a closer water temperature.
And in here they have a lot more shelter to provide for them, as a lot more riparian places for them to hide.
They released the nearly 400 coho smolts in the Nanaimo River, where their survival is expected to be much greater.
Now they're not going to get stuck in a pool and dry up.
West Shore RCMP say a man has been arrested in connection to the sexual assault of a youth. It was reported last week in Langford. It happened June 9th, about 3 p.m. at a bus stop near Jacqueline Road and Station Avenue. Police saying a man approached a girl and spoke with her briefly before sexually assaulting her. West Shore RCMP's Serious Crimes Unit was leading the investigation and yesterday arrested a 33-year-old man. Oak Bay High School canceled classes today after a fire broke out in one of its bathrooms. The district says the fire alarm was triggered this morning and all students and staff were evacuated. On the recommendation of the fire department, students and staff were asked not to re-enter the building and were dismissed for the rest of the day. Oak Bay High saw 2 fires set inside washrooms within the span of a week last year. No word on the extent of the damage from today's fire. The school will be open as usual tomorrow. For the past year and a half, fencing has been up on the 900 block of Pandora, and today we know the cost to taxpayers, $63,000 and counting. Corey Sidaway joins us in studio now to tell us more about a pretty big number. Corey?
Yeah, if you've taken a tour through the 900 block of Pandora lately, you've likely noticed the blue fencing around trees, grass, and sidewalks. It was first introduced in the fall of 2024, part of a very optimistic mayor's first steps in reclaiming the street. New shelter spaces and housing mixed with the fencing had the mayor and service providers confident no one would be living on the street when 2025 rolled around. Fast forward today, and that's clearly just not the case. People are still camped out. Many have just moved down the block towards Blanchard. And today we're learning the cost of the fencing strategy to taxpayers, nearly $63,000 since September 2024. That includes the rental of 200 to 300 panels, repairs, and service fees, an average cost of nearly $3,000 a month. We asked the mayor today if this was a good use of taxpayer money. She defended the strategy and blamed the province for not helping where she says, should be.
The fences were brought in to try and provide an ability to manage better the public spaces, but also to prevent further entrenchment. I think there is legitimate question to be asked about the ongoing cost that's being layered onto the city by a gap in social services and healthcare from the province. And one of the costs that the city has been bearing for some time is that fencing.
According to a local fence installation company, at this point in costs, it would have been cheaper to outright buy the fence panels. The mayor says she and staff thought the fences would be just a short-term intervention. But as long as the fences are up, the city and taxpayers will keep paying, something the mayor says is currently being evaluated. After last week's deep clean of the block, some fencing was taken down and plants put in as a test to see whether or not the fencing could be dismantled elsewhere. Stacey?
All right, thanks for the update on that, Corey. Appreciate it. The discussion started in 2023 for Saanach's Quadra Mackenzie plan. Now, more than 3 years later, Saanich Council has voted in favor of it at an end of a 5-hour public hearing. As Mary Griffin reports, the whole process may have an impact on November's municipal election.
I'm going to call the question. Those in favor and opposed? Councillors Chambers and Brownoff are opposed. The motion carries.
After debating, revising, and listening to plenty of feedback since the process started in 2023, Saanich councillors vote 6-2 in favor of the controversial Quadra Mackenzie plan. It's a blueprint for future development, focusing density in corridors and neighborhoods designed to handle the expected growth.
This is a vision for what growth will look like along these two corridors and the neighborhoods that surround them for the next 20 years. There will be updates along the way. I have no doubt that the next council will want to make changes to the plan.
The plan's been controversial. Even at the final meeting, people spent hours letting council know their thoughts.
Imposing density on an already dense center condemns center residents and neighbors to inhuman living conditions of construction for years.
I'm really excited for the future of Saanich with the Quadra Mackenzie plan, and I hope that you guys adopt it.
There have been plenty of changes along the way. Early drafts called for 24-story buildings. Those are now cut to 12 or 18 stories, while buildings on corridors are capped at 6 stories, and nothing more than 4 stories will be considered in some neighborhoods. And south of Quadra, near Tattersall Drive, instead of apartments, the plan calls for townhouses.
So the first draft of the plan, the blue zone was all the way to Rogers Avenue, which is beyond these houses down here. And so that would have seen right into the neighborhoods.
DeCastri was so opposed to the original plan, she helped form Save Our Saanich, which called for balanced development. Now the group is running a slate of candidates in the November municipal election based on their opposition to the original Quadra Mackenzie plan.
We realized unless we ran 5 candidates, unless we could get people a seat at the table, what we were hearing from the public is we want some change. And we knew if we just ran one candidate, we wouldn't get that change. So we knew we had to run 5. So people are saying it's a slate, it's this, but it has to be that many in order to get a voice on council.
The final adoption of the plan will take place later this summer.
And look who is back in Victoria. Our end-to-end cycling relay team has arrived. You guys, you've done it. You've made it to Port Hardy and back in 48 hours. Congratulations, guys. Well done.
Well, here everybody has just ridden in here moments ago, Stacey. This has been an exhilarating, emotional, tiring, exhausting, at times somewhat painful, but beautiful experience on the end-to-end 48-hour cycling ride to Port Hardy and back, and here we are, back.
Yeah, it was amazing. We've done things that we never thought we'd do. Riding in the middle of the night by Sayward last night. We were on the bikes from midnight till 2:30 in the morning. Bright lights, quiet up there.
A clear sky.
Yeah, stars were out. Our support team has been amazing, but this group of people right here, our teammates, so good. Jen, Sophia, we've got nickname or no nickname? Morgan.
Oh, no, we got to go with
nickname?
Captain Morgan. It's
Captain Morgan right there. We got Sarah, we've got Ryan, we've got Kevin, and we've got Saskia, and we've got Coco. Yes, we've got the whole team. These people were absolutely amazing on the trip, and we're going to introduce you to a lot of them over the next couple of hours. And coming up at 6:40, something really special.
Yes, we're going to have the grand total here of the fundraising, of which has been going on for months here. Everybody's been working hard on that, and we want to thank everybody, all the sponsors who have come through with money, and anybody that donated any amount for any reason at any time. And we know that we've had several come in on the website, particularly last night. We had our feature with Jen Miller, who her young son Eamon is battling, and he's with us here thankfully today. So we had lots of donations that came in because people certainly got the point there as to what we're doing with End to End.
And speaking of great donations, I'm going to get Chris Steele out here from the Old Farm Market. They've been selling the Upside cookies and just supporting our cause. And Chris, you got a pretty nice check. Thanks for your support, buddy.
You guys look great in tights.
Yeah, really? Yeah. Oh, you're so nice.
I'll stand behind this check.
What's the total?
Oh, we've got a total, thanks to everybody for buying the Upside cookies for our cause with us.
Yeah.
And we were able to raise $24,660.95.
Yeah, you did. Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it. There you go. All right.
Thank you, Chris.
Because we want to keep it a little light here, Eamon had a joke last night, and I just saw it on video. You want to say it, Eamon? Or do you want your mom? Okay, all right. I saw the video earlier. You can't remember it?
I had the, no, you have to do it. I've got the punchline.
Eamon, you got it? All right. What did you say to your mom on the video?
What did a pig say on a hot day?
No.
No.
Oh, sorry guys. They're riding to Port Hardy and back. You know what that's called?
No, what?
Recycling.
Recycling. There you go. That young man is one of the reasons that we did the ride.
Absolutely, and all the families, of which I think currently we're looking at about 235 families on Vancouver Island and the Sunshine Coast, that we are currently getting support from the Island Kids Cancer Association. So the need is huge, but boy, the hearts are huge, and everybody on Vancouver Island that has helped us get to this night tonight. Can't wait to unload that big total.
How about a big hand for this year's team, everyone? Thanks for being down here. All right, Stace, we'll send it back to you, but plenty more from CHEK Bikes and the 26 end-to-end cycling relay.
All right, guys, looking forward to checking back in a few minutes, and maybe you can find out from Eamon what a pig does on a hot day, because I'm really curious. Well, there are a few hot days in our forecast. I think Jessica McCool is here to give us our first look at the weather. And
I had the same question about the
pig.
pig.
Oh my gosh.
What did the pig say?
What did the pig say?
Yes, beautiful days for those riders. Oh my gosh, another beautiful day out there today as well. We reached a high of 25 at YYJ, which is above seasonal for June. The hot spot, of course, on the island, Port Alberni, reached 29 today. So things feeling more like July and August, with only a couple of more days left before summer officially begins. High pressure making for a good stretch of dry, sunny weather with no rain in sight, unfortunately, for the foreseeable future. The weekend forecast looking wonderful for all the dads out there, and it's also National Indigenous Peoples Day on Sunday, so lots of events taking place around the island, and the weather is looking perfect for those. We'll have more coming up in your full island forecast, but first, these beautiful days are making for some gorgeous sunsets. Thank you to Mandy Brown of Powell River, oh my gosh, look at this, for sending this fiery sunset in, taken just the other night. Absolutely gorgeous, no filter on that either, that is real. And taken from Hammond Bay in Nanaimo, this gorgeous shot taken by David McLaughlin. Oh, so pretty. And speaking of summer nights, the Great Canadian Bash is the official kickoff to summer. And if you want to get your head start on Canada Day celebrations, this is the place to do it, featuring headliners, Canadian rock legends, Our Lady Peace and the Tea Party. And we have 4 tickets to give away. Tess will have another 4 to give away tomorrow, but we have 4 to give away tonight. All you have to do is email contests@cheknews.ca, and we will pull a winner tonight after 7. There you go. Stacey. Do you remember the Tea Party? I don't know.
No.
I know.
I don't. I'm sure they're great. It's going to be a wonderful concert.
Great. Canadian legends.
Canadian legends, yes. So email that contest at cheknews.ca to win tickets. It's going to be a great show, and it's going to be a great weekend. So looking forward to the full forecast in a few minutes, Jess. Thanks so much.
Sounds good.
Also still to come tonight, we'll tell you about a difficult rescue on Haida Gwaii and this.
This year, we are hearing more about bears, yes, more sightings.
Concern in the Comox Valley with an increase in bear encounters, many happening in broad daylight. We'll have that story after a short break.
Now's a great time to set goals to reach your financial success. Maybe you want to make a few updates to your home or anything else you've been dreaming of accomplishing. How would you use $80, $280, or even $2.8 million? Call us today.
CapitalDirect.ca. Could you kick a bottle off the top of my head?
Yeah. Get into the action. Upgrade your Sundays with the BLT.
Most fun anyone could ever have.
Bold takes.
We just train over the mountain. Come on, Raph.
Legendary laughs.
Why is there a kitchen on the pickle?
I know.
Join Jordan Cunningham for the Big League treatment. Sundays on CHEK News at 5. Brought to you by Island Canadian Tire Stores. Proud supporter of Jumpstart. Because when kids can play, we all win.
We have been in the community for 18 years now, and we don't survive without our community. We get to see so many different aspects of our community and our customers' lives, and we're celebrating milestones and special celebrations right along with them.
It's hugely important to think local first. I'm born and raised in Victoria, and so I've been a part of the store for 30 plus years. Being part of the local community really lets us learn who our customers are, find out their needs, and hopefully solve those problems and changing their life for the better.
That's just...
Get that big deal feeling this Prime Day, June 23rd through the 26th.
Jenner's EV Takeover is on now. Start your EV journey from $16 a day with a Chevrolet Bolt EV. With over 100 EVs to choose from, we're your local EV destination. Jenner Chevrolet Buick GMC on the Old Island Highway.
We'll need about 20 minutes to package up the patient, and then we'll be ready for the extraction, single, basket, double.
Night vision cameras capture the moment search and rescue teams from 19 Wing Comox rescued an injured hiker who had fallen on Haida Gwaii over the weekend. On Saturday night, BC Ambulance received a text from a group of hikers saying one of their friends had fallen down a large slope and had severe injuries. No local aircraft were available, so a Cormorant helicopter and Kingfisher plane took off from Comox military base, reaching the hiker about 3 a.m. 2 search and rescue techs were lowered to the patient, then all 3 were hoisted back up. The hiker was brought to Sandspit Airport in Haida Gwaii, where they were then taken to a local hospital. People in the Comox Valley are being a little bit more cautious in the outdoors these days as the number of bear sightings appear to be on the increase. Videos are being shared online and many of them are taken in broad daylight. Dean Stoltz reports.
This video was taken in Courtney just a few days ago, clearly catching Lauren Thompson behind the camera by surprise.
That is massive.
It's just one of dozens of videos and pictures being shared online in the Comox Valley alone, in what appears anyway to be an increase in daylight sightings of bears.
I think it seems to me that this year we are hearing more about bears, yes, more sightings.
This small park in the Foxwood subdivision in Comox is part of Gord Mather's regular walk, but recently both entrances have had signs posted warning of a bear in the area.
I don't really know if I'm worried. If you come across a bear in cubs, you're worried, but most of the time the bears just want to get away from you. When I'm by myself, I tend to whistle or sing or yell or whatever.
Just to be heard.
Yes, I should carry a bell.
The BC Conservation Officer Service says there hasn't been an increase in reported bear conflicts this year, which at least means bears and humans are doing their part to keep their distance. But in Parksville, photographer Tony Markle did witness an unfortunate scene when a black bear ambled out of the woods in front of him and straight to a garbage can.
He was clever enough to put his claw in the top where the hinge is on the lid, and he ran his claw all the way down the lid, lifted it up, stuck his head in, picked a bag of garbage out, and then he ran over in this road here to munch on it privately.
But it might not be the homeowner's fault in this case because it was garbage pickup day and the garbage truck wasn't far away.
I mean, this happened at noon, and you're saying he just beat the garbage truck.
He beat the garbage truck by about 10 minutes.
It's an unfortunate scene we've witnessed before, and BC Conservation says in most cases the important thing to do is manage attractants wherever possible, such as securing things like garbage, pet food, and birdseed.
A report by the Transportation Safety Board of Canada reveals new details about a fatal plane crash on northeast Vancouver Island in October 2024. The TSB says a float-equipped Cessna A185F with 3 people on board flipped on landing in Warner Bay, about 45 kilometers northeast of Port Hardy. The captain and 1 passenger escaped, but a second passenger became trapped in the cabin and drowned. The TSB found that the crash was related to a glassy water landing, which affects depth perception and can be difficult to manage. Its other safety message was for aircraft occupants to be familiar with how to exit a plane that's underwater. The TSB's role is not to assign fault, but to investigate crashes with an eye toward making travel safer. Some people who had been granted Canadian citizenship certificates have received shocking news in recent days. The federal government wants them to surrender the documents. As Alexander Silverman shows us, it's leaving their plans for a new life in Canada in limbo.
American Valerie Campbell was excited to receive her Canadian citizenship certificate back in March, with hopes of fleeing the political climate in the U.S. She's one of more than 4,000 people granted citizenship under Bill C-3. Nicknamed the Lost Canadians Act, it opened the door for people with Canadian ancestors to apply for citizenship.
Everything I've been doing has been headed in that direction, selling my house.
Ready to leave her main home for the Maritimes, Campbell got an unexpected letter from Ottawa over the weekend, asking for her citizenship certificate to be returned.
It was a complete and full shock.
In a notice sent to an undisclosed number of people, the federal government told recipients they may not be entitled to hold a Canadian certificate of citizenship. It says documentation is not from the original source, and it will conduct a thorough review to determine if the certificate should be cancelled.
There's no transparency with what's going on. People are afraid.
Opposition critics say the sudden suspensions impact people who made plans to relocate.
Now all of a sudden be in a limbo situation, and that cannot be acceptable.
Just because you have a Canadian ancestor.
The immigration minister says the government has been clear.
Each applicant must link their ancestry generation per generation through verified, authenticated documents.
Immigration lawyers say people under review are still Canadian citizens, and they'll have a chance to present more evidence.
Something has occurred somewhere in the process, and there's a reason that they're looking into this further.
The federal government won't say how many letters were issued. It says the review is a necessary measure to protect the integrity of citizenship and public confidence in the process.
There is no chance that at this point in time that the United States is going to allow anyone who is not an F-35 partner nation to get into the MADL network.
Plans for Canada's new Global Eye surveillance jets has hit a snag. The U.S. has to share vital technology to make them work. We'll have more on that story next. The Canadian dollar was up more than half a cent today to 70.77 US. The TSX was down nearly 156. The Dow increased 72. The Nasdaq jumped 496. Gold in the red at 135.50 an ounce, and oil was off 16 cents to 75.85 a barrel.
This Father's Day, Point Hope Maritime is hosting a free open house and Ralmax Group job fair. Head to the Empress Dock or Selkirk Dock to catch a free harbor ferry to and from the event and experience the perfect Father's Day outing. Shipyard tours, local artists, live entertainment, fun for the whole family. 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come see us.
The Government of Canada is bringing down your costs so you can get ahead. We're helping you with an income tax cut, access to dental care, affordable childcare, the new Canada Groceries and Essentials benefit, and tax savings on your first home. Learn about these and other ways to help you get ahead at canada.ca/gettingahead.
We needed some support with my mother-in-law. She gets the regular tests done, and the doctor couldn't figure out why she wasn't doing so well. And we knew why. She wasn't taking her blister pack pills properly. Andrea is going to my mother-in-law's home every single morning to hand my mother-in-law her pills and watch her take them properly.
Heart at Home, enabling patients to live healthier lives at home for longer. Available from Heart Pharmacies.
Yeah, I hear you. I stopped voting years ago. I read somewhere that they don't even count the ballots. Now, what was that for?
I had to fact check you because you were spreading misinformation. This is why we need credible journalists who fact check information before sharing it.
Got it. I guess I will vote.
Come on.
Up we go. Can't even remember where I read that.
Fight crime without revealing your identity. CHEK brings you Crime Stoppers, Wanted.
Basanio McFarlane is 22 years old. He's 5'8", 146 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. He's wanted for breach of order and assault.
If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers. Callers are not asked to reveal their names, and you can earn a cash reward for information leading to an arrest. Crime Stoppers is proudly supported by CHEK and CREST, connecting emergency services in the capital region.
We don't play hockey, we sell cars.
Welcome to the all-new Victoria Hyundai, Canada's newest and biggest Hyundai dealership. Over 1,000 new and used vehicles on site. The island's best selection of EVs, 20 service bays, an express lane for oil changes. We've got you covered. Plus, the all-new Victoria Genesis store, where luxury and experience come together.
The Cott family invites you down to Canada's largest Hyundai facility, now in Langford. Victoria Hyundai, we sell cars.
Next Jeopardy, a champ returns.
Looking to clinch his 5th win and a guaranteed spot in the Tournament of Champions.
Expect anything when a player is expecting.
I'm 16 weeks pregnant.
Congratulations!
Jeopardy, Monday to Saturday at 7:30 on CHEK.
This CHEK program is brought to you in part by Real Rug Washing by LoverRug.com. Fall in love with your rugs all over again.
When local news matters the most, CHEK now sends updates right to your inbox. Local news, local events, local people, 7 days a week. Subscribe on checknews.ca. Proudly supported by Bathfitter. Book your free consultation at bathfitter.com.
A man convicted of arson and firing a gun at Indo-Canadian pop star AP Dillon's BC home, Vancouver Island home in 2024, has been ordered deported from Canada. The Immigration and Refugee Board of Canada confirms that Abjit Singh Kingra was found inadmissible to Canada today, or on Monday rather. Kingra was convicted last year and sentenced to 6 years in prison after the attack that took place in Colwood on September 2nd, 2024. Assailants shot at Dillon's home and set 2 vehicles on fire before fleeing. Although no one was injured in the attack. Kingra was arrested in October of that year in Ontario, while police have identified a second suspect who remains at large. The board says the ruling is based on a section of Canada's Immigration and Refugee Protection Act that says a foreign national or permanent resident is inadmissible for engaging in organized criminality. Ottawa is facing new hurdles with its planned purchase of Sweden's surveillance jets. Integrating the aircraft into NORAD requires convincing the Trump administration to share a crucial piece of technology. And as Murray Brewster explains, that could mean a new battle with Washington.
Meet Ottawa's choice for the Air Force's new eye in the sky, the Saab Global Eye, an airborne early warning surveillance and control aircraft. The brains of the battle space, directing fighters towards missile and aircraft threats. Being able to exchange data seamlessly with those warplanes is imperative, and that's where Ottawa's new plan runs into some hurdles.
The Saab Global Eye, it's an effective system from what I understand, but because it's not an American system and it isn't licensed to work with the MADL system.
This is a MADL, short for Multifunction Advanced Data Link. It keeps F-35 data cloaked from enemy sensors. The Global Eye doesn't have one, and some critics argue it needs one. The problem is, the U.S. has never granted another country such as Sweden access to this kind of proprietary technology.
There is no chance that at this point in time that the United States is going to allow anyone who is not an F-35 partner nation to get into the MADL network.
Canada's defense minister acknowledges they're talking with Saab engineers about the technical challenges of integrating the Global Eye into NORAD with both Canadian and American F-35s.
That's a complicated technical question. It's one that we're looking at.
This is significant because when the F-35 doesn't use MADL to transmit its data and relies on older systems, it becomes visible to adversaries. This Saab test pilot says Global Eye complies with NORAD specifications, and Canada is working through the challenges related to the F-35s.
I would say that the assumption can be made that there will be unwillingness to transmit actively from F-35. One can also assume that the US would be restrictive in terms of releasing MADL terminals to other platforms.
Many of these NORAD technical challenges playing out with the Global Eye could end up repeating themselves if Canada goes all of the way with Saab and buys Gripen fighters in addition to the F-35s.
Health Check is brought to you by Maycock Eye Care, helping you keep sight of what's important since 1949.
An already challenging parking situation at Royal Jubilee Hospital will be even more difficult this summer. The parkade will be undergoing maintenance starting on July 13th that will impact parking for staff and visitors. The work is happening on the ramps on all levels in the parkade. It will be primarily done on weekends, though, in an effort to reduce disruptions. Island Health says this phase of work will be completed in the fall with more planned for next year and asks those heading to RJH this summer to allow for extra time to find parking and arrange drop-off and pickup when possible.
We've been here in Fort St. John all our lives, and we haven't never built, and this is a dream come true for all of us.
We'll tell you about Eastern BC's first urban reserve and the excitement and hope that comes along with it. That story's next.
I'm Jessica McCool. Your full island forecast is coming up, but first, here's a look at weather around the world. 34, feeling closer to 39 under overcast skies in Thailand's capital. Sunny skies at 14 in Rosario, Argentina, and 17 with passing showers in Dublin, Ireland.
Weather around the world is brought to you by ComSense Cabinets, designed for your space, built for your life.
If you close your eyes, that is actually how much we actually see in most fires.
I almost didn't come in. I wasn't in distress or anything, just felt like something was off. There were so many patients in the ER that looked worse than me, but they ran all the tests anyway. One of the nurses noticed something. Turned out to be the start of a heart attack.
Claire! We got a pulse.
I didn't realize it was an emergency. Thankfully, the nurse is dead.
Feel right at home with the Comfort Group. Whether it's cold or hot outside, you need comfort inside. From Victoria to Campbell River, the Comfort Group is the name homeowners trust for total home comfort. Delivering heating and cooling built for the island climate, the Comfort Group is your local heat pump expert. Heating, cooling, and electrical. Trusted comfort for every home, for every season. The Comfort Group.
I struggled with my bad couch symptoms for years. Then I talked to my doctor about Shakopedic, and he said Shakopedic is not a pill. It's a furniture collection, and it eliminates bad couch from day one. They're built tough, packed with immersive features, and as comfy as a cloud.
Those prone to napping should use Shakopedic with caution. Tell your doctor if you are allergic to comfort or being comfortable in general.
Talk to a furniture consultant at The Brick today to find out if Shakopedic is right for you. Because I know it's right for me.
You're invited to experience summer in BC. At BC Crab Fest, we bring the coast and community together with live music, family fun, and everyone's favorite, the authentic BC crab boil. Gather by the water and share in the coast. July 18th at Chip Point.
Canada are pressing. That's a quality ball. Now into the box.
Yeah, that's just the way you make me. That's just the way you make me feel. Hey. That's just...
Control the light and privacy in your home at the touch of a button, switch, or app. Get the latest in motorized technology from all the top suppliers, including Lutron. Island Window Coverings, local experts for over 38 years.
They're renovating their home, and what a start! The finishing store in Nanaimo carries the finest flooring, doors, mantels, and molding. With expert design advice, installation, and custom woodworking, these homeowners are taking the lead. Oh, and what a finish!
I read somewhere that they don't even count the ballots. Now, what was that for?
I had to fact check you. Come on.
Up we go. Can't even remember where I read that.
The first urban reserve in eastern BC is now officially open. CHEK Commons joins more than 120 other urban reserves set up across Canada, created from municipal lands. Urban reserves allow First Nations to generate income while paying the city for municipal services. And as Matt Preprost explains, CHEK Commons has created excitement and hope for economic growth.
The snip of a beaded ribbon, marking a historic milestone for the Doig River First Nation. CHEK Commons is the first urban reserve in northeast BC.
One of our elders said, it's like coming back home. We've been here in Fort St. John all our lives, and we haven't never built, and this is a dream come true for all of us.
Doig River is about 70 kilometers north of Fort St. John. Historically, the First Nation was displaced as settlers moved in and the city grew.
You know, years ago when we started this, it was only a dream. We didn't have anything. We were one of the poorest nation around.
CHEK Commons now brings Doig River into the city's economy through federally recognized reserve land, creating space for Indigenous business and cultural development.
CHEK Commons means dreamer. Everything we do is done as up people. We listen to our dreamer stories, and that's how we continue forward. We really want to be self-sufficient, and CHEK Commons is the first step for being self-sufficient.
Hundreds turned out to celebrate the grand opening. Visitors lining up for fresh bannock at a new cafe, a new gas station ready to fuel up travelers, and a showpiece mural chronicling the history of Doig River and the Denizah Indigenous people.
I never, 60 years ago, never would expect anything like this. How I feel, it's very, very hard to describe. So much emotion that's sitting in here now.
It's groundbreaking. Fort St. John is really fortunate to have that interest from developers, including First Nations, that they want to invest in Fort St. John. They see the potential that we have here, the growth, and I believe it's because of the initiatives that we are doing, whether it's infrastructure or just being a welcoming community, that is helping us to thrive.
Doig River has several parcels of reserve land in and around the city, and CHEK Commons is only phase one of its vision for this site.
The next phase is going to be whatever the community wants to see. They want to see health support, they want to see retail stores, they want to see a one-stop shop.
All right, it's time for our full look at our Thursday weather forecast, Jess. And I guess it's not officially summer for a couple of days, but boy,
yeah.
It sure has been feeling like
I
that.
know, hasn't it? Yeah, not a ton of relief after those record-breaking temperatures we had at the beginning of the week. We're still above seasonal, though, with no rain in sight as we head into another warm, dry stretch. It was a beautiful day on the North Island as we head up there. Temperatures are going to start to climb for you as well. So increasing clouds overnight with some fog patches developing as well. Wind gusting 30 to 50, but becoming light inland, but remaining strong near the coast. And then for tomorrow, clouds in the morning, but clearing for a mainly clear day with that wind continuing along the coast. 10 degrees is your overnight low and 17 for tomorrow, 23 for Sayward. Similar picture for the west coast, so clear and windy. Wind gusting 30 to 50, becoming light later on this evening. Overnight lows of 11, 9 inland for Gold River and Port Alberni. And then a mainly sunny day, wind wind gusting 30 to 50, so some more wind for tomorrow, and then up to 70 near exposed coastal sections in the later afternoon. Highs of 21 for you for tomorrow, 28 for Lake Cowichan. Over to the East Island, so a clear night tonight. Northwesterly winds 30 to 50. Overnight lows of 13 for Parksville and Comox, 11 degrees for Powell River. And then a sunny day tomorrow, similar wind picture. Wind basically across the island except for the south, where the exception for that. 27 degrees is your daytime high for Nanaimo, Ladysmith, so a hot one tomorrow in Parksville at 23 degrees. A clear night for the South Island tonight. Overnight lows of 11 degrees. 13 is your overnight low for Salt Spring, so a beautiful night. And for tomorrow, mainly sunny day for basically all of us, which is just lovely. 24 degrees is our daytime high, feeling closer to 26 with that humidex, 27 for Salt Spring Island as we head across BC. So hot day for Whistler at 27, Williams Lake with a few showers at 25. Similar picture for Prince George with some thunderstorms, and Kamloops a mix at 32, hot one Kelowna at 30, Cranbrook sitting at 26 with a few clouds as well. Thunderstorm alerts in effect for southern Alberta, and after they had a really windy day the other day. Edmonton at 22, Saskatoon with some thunderstorms as well. Similar picture for Winnipeg right into Ottawa. Rain alert for the eastern Quebec. Montreal, similar picture at 18, Fredericton at 23. Just rain right across the board over there for Atlantic Canada. St. John at 14 and Charlottetown at 21. Here's a look now at your 7-day forecast. So clouds clearing in the morning, making for a mainly sunny day tomorrow, and then a mix of sun and cloud right through the week with no rain in sight. Highs of 22 on Saturday, 23 for Sunday, and then into the low 20s for the start of the week, and cooling off by Wednesday at 15. And how is this for the first week of summer on the Central Island? Nothing but sun right through this very hot, dry stretch. Highs of 25 on Saturday, climbing to 28 on Sunday with overnight lows of only 16, 30 by Monday, 31 on Tuesday, and then back to 28 for Wednesday. And a gorgeous week for the south as well. Warm, dry conditions, a nice manageable 20 degrees on Saturday, 24 for the dads out there on Sunday, climbing to 28 on Monday and Tuesday, and then back down to the mid-20s by Wednesday. Here's a look now at today's Country Grocer celebration, and there are a lot of them today, beginning with Ken Carone of Duncan. A very happy 90th birthday to you, Ken. Also celebrating 90 years is June C. of Campbell River, and also Rose Carney of Black Creek. Happy 90th to you, Rose. Happy 92nd birthday to Victor Clover of Maple Ridge, and best wishes to Gordon Shields of Victoria on their 94th birthday. Head on over here now to it's a busy day for weddings. Sandy and Cheryl Horseland from Qualicum Beach are celebrating their 60th wedding anniversary today. Also celebrating 60 years is Keith and Karen Bryan of Victoria, and also Art and Donna Mason of Machosen. Happy 61st anniversary to Jack and Claudette Hutton of North Cowichan. And 5 couples celebrating 66 years, Doug and Joan Fentiman from Comox, Jan and Harold Mosdell, also from Comox, Patty and Joe Gigrick from Nanoose Bay, Ron and Jean Wenzel from North Saanich, and lastly, Jack and Pat Lidstone of Shawnigan Lake. Wow, happy 66th anniversary to you all. I hope you all had a wonderful day out there in the warmth. And there you go, Stacy. It's looking like, well, summer has arrived a few days before it actually officially arrives.
I suppose it's no surprise that we have a lot of anniversaries. I mean, it is wedding season after all, with the nice, lovely weather.
Lots of 66,
A
yeah.
lot of 66. I wonder what was happening 66 years ago. Yeah. Thanks so much, Jess. We'll see you back here again next hour.
Sounds good.
Checkpoint is brought to you by Traveland RV, now in the Cowichan Valley and Parksville. Get your affordable, reusable vacation today.
On Checkpoint tonight, we're asking, are you surprised at the level of excitement in Canada over the FIFA World Cup? And our web poll results, pretty close one tonight. 52% say no, you're not surprised at how excited everyone is. 48% say, yeah, you didn't expect it. Much more still to come. What a celebration. The end-to-end relay ride for charity is over. We'll head back to Ed and Jeff at the wind-up party when CHEK News returns. Stay with us. The Upside's next.
The Real Estate Report is presented by Rennie. Make confident real estate decisions with real-time intelligence. Trusted throughout British Columbia.
January to May, MLS sales were 20% below their 10-year average in Greater Victoria. North Central and East Saanich have all been notable outliers with sales at or near average.
At Save On Foods, our new Unreal deal is on. Plus, get an extra deal when you load your My Offers. Find new deals every week at our best prices.
The Real Estate Group's strategic marketing plan makes selling your home easy by exposing your home to more qualified buyers. With our experience of thousands of successful transactions, let's sell your home fast for top dollar.
If your bath has seen a lot of life, nobody gives it new life like Bath Fitter. Whatever shape your bath is in, Bath Fitter will transform it. When it's time to give your bath new life, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Black Friday is back at the Brick. Friday, for one day, get up to 40% off select mattresses, plus receive an instant credit towards sleep accessories. This Beauty Rest Black Queen mattress, only $9.79. The Brick and the Brick Mattress Store. The right mattress, guaranteed.
Power your future with Ocean Volt. We're leading the charge with our fully electric fleet and tools, providing solar panels, EV chargers, and battery storage, keeping your home powered day and night. Ocean Volt, your clean energy experts.
From the Work Colcoats Aquifer underlying Greater Victoria, Spinnaker's crafts all natural sparkling mineral waters into sodas, even keels, and shift adaptogenic beverages. No added chemicals, no microplastics, just good hydration. Drink local, think local.
Live viewing on the big screen, live entertainment, and free family-friendly programming. Experience the Summer of Soccer in downtown Victoria. Catch the action at participating bars, pubs, and community events until July 19th. Visit dvba.ca/Summer of Soccer.
Looking for a truck? Come to Victoria's Truck Center. At Jenner, we have mid-size, half-ton, and heavy-duty trucks. When our name's on the back of your truck, you know you got the best deal. At Jenner Chevrolet Buick GMC, still on the old Island Highway.
Duradec is a family business supporting dedicated contractors for over 45 years. We're growing, and demand is high for more dealers and installers. For opportunities in your area, visit DuradecCareers.com.
It's Dollar Drink Summer at McDonald's. Get a small fountain drink or a small iced coffee for just $1 each plus tax, all summer long. Dollar Drink Summer, only at McDonald's.
Being a third-generation business, it's important to partner with other local businesses because you're more powerful together than you are alone. And I think that's the whole concept of thinking local first, is everyone's together in it.
The fun never stops at Wheel.
You got it! It's a call! You're a millionaire!
Wheel of Fortune, Monday to Saturday at 7 on CHEK.
Closed captioning of this CHEK program is brought to you by Hendra Moving and Storage, with a 40,000 square foot climate-controlled secure facility for all your storage needs.
The Upside is brought to you by IBEW Local 230.
All right, it is a very special upside. Jeff, you look fresh as a daisy. Who would have thought you'd just been involved in a 48-hour relay?
Yeah, I know.
How you doing?
I do not look fresh as a daisy or smell fresh as a daisy right now. That's not part of what we did right now, but I'll tell you what, so proud of what we all accomplished, the support crew, the community, my teammates, and that list goes on and on. And to you, the viewers that donated your hard-earned money, and that total's coming up at $640. This is the captain. Morgan Harker, who is our teammate. We're going to meet Morgan in a second, but Rob McDonald was the vehicle coordinator and the safety coordinator, and a man that did not sleep for the entire 48 hours. You rode the tour, you rode the end-to-end last year. Thank you, first of all, for keeping us safe.
My pleasure.
Some thoughts on this year's end-to-end?
Spectacular event, great group of people come together, Islanders helping Islanders to raise money for kids with cancer and stays on the island. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a tough task what you did. I mean, keeping people safe on the highway when a lot of people don't want to stop in behind us and that sort of thing. I mean, that's nerve-wracking for you, and you were in that vehicle for all 1,000 kilometers.
Yes, I was. It is a bit nerve-wracking to watch what's happening, but I like to keep you guys safe. It makes it easier for you guys to do what you need to do, is get out there and raise funds, and I'm just part of the background that makes things happen.
I have another question for you in a second, but we got to get the captain in here right now. Captain Morgan over here, who was our teammate.
Yeah, a great teammate you were, Captain. We appreciate everything you did for us, particularly when it came to drafting for me, because I had to get behind you a couple of times to get up some of those steep inclines that were pretty tough and long.
The island is not flat.
No.
We've established that. It was a lot of, we went to the dark place a few times, yes, but we came back in good spirits and crested every hill we got to.
Now, you got both sides of this, because last year you were on the support crew, and then this year you're a rider. So what was the different emotions in those two jobs?
Actually very similar. Like the support crew, they're amazing people. They care. That's why they're involved. And they take care of us riders so we can ride. The food is out, the bed is ready, the motorhome is ready, so we can just ride. But ultimately, everybody's doing it for the same reason, whether you're a rider or whether you're a sport crew. They all just want to help Island Kids Cancer Association.
Well, it's remarkable. The whole machine is remarkable because it's kind of like moving. I likened it to a midway the other night. We were on the air. It's like moving a small midway, every couple of hours.
It was like the support crew would jump the riders and go to the next stop, and it would all be set up, and the next riders would be ready. Rob would be keeping us on track. It was a tight schedule.
Sure would. As it has to be. But anyway, you were great, Morgan. We appreciate all you did, and we talked about Rob not sleeping. Not the case for you, buddy. You have no case. You're a good sleeper.
Sleeping beauty over there. The captain can sleep.
Apparently, I was quite the diva.
Well, nobody got lots of sleep. Let's be clear about that, because there wasn't much time between. I think about 4 or 5 hours max between each shift for all riders. So it was not a lot of sleep.
It was intermittent at best.
It was intermittent, yes.
I want to ask you about the emotional part of this, Rob, because you rode it last year, you came back this year. Obviously, helping families that are battling this horrible disease is close to your heart. Maybe explain why you came back again this year.
I have a daughter who has special needs, and she's got a syndrome that makes her susceptible to childhood cancers. So as soon as she was born 19 years ago, this was on my plate to do, helping as many people as I can who are going through the same thing. She hasn't had cancer. I've been really lucky, but I'll do is whatever I can to make sure she doesn't get it and help those kids that do get it.
Yeah. Well, you're inspirational for sure. Now let's get into nicknames a little bit, Captain, because obviously Morgan, Captain Morgan, that sort of works out. And with, if you take Rob out of the equation, which we don't want to, hang on, I'll step over here.
Okay, yeah, so there we go.
Just for a second.
So now,
my nickname was
Stretch.
Yeah.
Stretch. For the first time in my athletic career, I was called. I was Stretch. And Ed's nickname was?
Oh, it was Big Bladder Bane.
Big Bladder Bane. Why?
He's the only guy that didn't have to stop for rest breaks. I don't know how he did it, but he kept it.
Really, sometimes folks of my age don't have that gift, but I do.
You're
I'm
so
not sure
gifted.
That's the coolest nickname I could hope for, but I guess that's all I got.
Quickly, a highlight from this year for you, Rob.
Just the fantastic teamwork. I mean, everybody gelled together, and there was not a complaint amongst the group.
Yeah.
So when you can get, 9 basically strangers together to raise money like this and do it 48 hours spent together and not have a complaint, you're a pretty spectacular group.
Yeah. How about you, Captain?
It was just an amazing experience. By riding in, your heart is just full. There's all these people that want to help, and the organization is fantastic.
was really meaningful.
Well, you talk about 9 strangers, we're not strangers anymore, and that's the other beauty of this whole thing. We've just created a nice family of friendship here among the support crew and, of course, all the 9 riders. So thanks to all of you guys.
Thank you guys so much. Yeah, really appreciate it. The total. We're going to have a total for you, and we're hoping that it's a big number with your help. So at 6:40 next hour, Stace and Paul, we're going to have the total for year 2 of the end-to-end fundraiser for the Island Kids Cancer Association.
Oh, we're looking forward to that, and I have a feeling it's going to be a big number. We got 24,000 plus from Red Barn Market already. Awesome. So, guys, you've done such a tremendous job. Congratulations to all of the 9 riders and all of the support team there. It's really an accomplishment, and we're so, so proud of you. Congratulations, and well done.
Well, thanks, Stace. Thank you.
Wow.
Big Bladder Bane is the nickname, huh?
That wasn't what I was expecting.
No, I don't know if it's going to stick, but good for him.
All right, you know, everybody has something. Everybody's good at something, so well done.
Good for them. That's
all
awesome.
All right, Paul, what's coming up at 6?
All right, have you caught your breath after that Team Canada game?
Gosh.
What a game. We're going to relive some of the magic of that 6-0 win for Canada over Qatar. And both here in Victoria and in Vancouver, the Prime Minister at the game, he did a little bit of work earlier, so we're going to have more on the announcement from the Prime Minister and the Premier in Vancouver. And then it's been a very exciting day. We're going to slow things down a little bit. We're going to meet Daisy the porch cow, and it's as magical as you expect it to be. So that's coming up a little bit later.
Porch cow. All righty then.
It's perfect.
Looking forward to that.
All right,
and more. Thank you. That's a wrap for me. I'm Stacey Ross. Thanks for being here tonight. I hope you have a great Thursday evening. We'll see you back here again tomorrow, but stick around for now because Paul Haysom is up next with CHEK News at 6. Take care.
Tonight, Oh Canada, World Cup history made at BC Place in Vancouver.
I think there is legitimate question to be asked about the ongoing cost that's being layered onto the city.
Pandora fencing fight, how much renting the barriers cost taxpayers. Plus,
it's extremely important, especially this year where flows are super low.
salmon rescue, the race to save young fish in the Nanaimo River. This is CHEK News at 6. A red and white wave sweeping across the nation tonight as Canada has won its first ever World Cup match. These are shots from the official watch party in Vancouver, and this one wasn't even close. A 6-0 victory over Qatar, putting Canada at the top of their group. Good evening. It is called a beautiful game. It certainly lived up to that today as the goals went up. Productivity went down as World Cup win is now the biggest moment for the men's national team. But fans didn't have to hop on a ferry to catch that action. There were multiple watch parties on the island, including a big one at Victoria's Market Square. Jordan Cunningham is covering all that fun tonight. And Jordan, it felt like we were watching a live Canadian heritage moment today.
You know what? It kind of did. I think we had a bit of a collective moment from coast to coast to coast. I suggested earlier at 5 that Wednesday, when we play again, it should be a national holiday. Not sure what kind of traction that's getting, but I think today, at minimum, should be a commemorative stamp at some point. I think that's worth it. Now, right now in Market Square, it's still packed. This is Mexico and Korea. Everybody is super passionate, jerseyed up, and again, standing room only. It's great to see. It kind of looks like we're a soccer nation, and one of the knocks against us is, we call it soccer here in Canada. Another one is that we kind of look at everything through a hockey lens, and I'm very much part of the problem when it comes to that, because when we made it 3-0 earlier versus Qatar, I was like, oh no, it's the most dangerous lead in hockey. But turns out that's game, set, match when it comes to the World Cup. And here's what taking the lead sounded like at Market Square. Canada, of course, the overwhelming favorites versus Qatar, and the capacity crowd at BC Place got so many early treats. And you know what? If Market Square had a roof, it would have come off, or at least it would have come slightly ajar. The open-air crowd was loving it, seeing quick strikes from Kyle Larin and Jonathan David. Then David again in stoppage time to make it 3-0, and we kept on coming in the second half. Now, I said 3-0. I still can't say 3-0. Can't say nil. I'm not quite there as a person, but I'll get there. And with that big lead, there were big vibes.
Oh, it's the best. Absolutely electric here.
Oh! I feel pretty good about
Almost 3-0.
Feels like we're kind of close to the
Oh,
action.
it was great. Down here, Victoria, Market Square, beautiful hosting. Thank you very much, Victoria.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with Victoria's ability to put something on. I'm very surprised. It's amazing. It's electric.
I'm pretty sure that lady we talked to was the happiest lady in Canada. Now, here's what things look like in Vancouver. This is amazing. The march to the match. This throng of fans made their way toward BC Place. Who knows how many people are in that crowd? Thousands and thousands and thousands. I see smoke bombs. I hear chanting. All of a sudden, we kind of look like the rest of the soccer world. This is exciting. Amazing stuff there. And perhaps a little incentive for us to dig deep into that piggy bank and head over next Wednesday when Canada faces Switzerland. So for us mathematicians out here, we'd had 3 goals in all of our World Cup appearances put together. We had 6 today. That's incredible stuff. Now Whistle Boy and the Drake are shuttling beers throughout the crowd. If you're within a beer's length of somebody like Bruce Wilson, Ian Bridge, Georgie Pecos, Jamie Lowry, buy one of those gentlemen a beer because, hey, they had a lot to do with this back in 1986. What a day today. And Paul, I also brought this up earlier with Stacy. As part owner of the television station, I've already given myself the day off next Wednesday when we face the Swiss. And as a good Canadian, I would suggest that you do the same.
Oh, yeah, I've already booked it off. So I don't know who's going to do the news. You and I both not going to be here, but it's going to be a busy day for Andy Neal, I think, next week. So.
Oh, it will. I'll save us a seat. It's going to be great.
Good stuff today, Jordan. We'll check in again later. Well, for the past 21 months, fencing has been up along the 900 block of Pandora Avenue, and today we found out the cost. Corey Sidaway covering that story in studio tonight. And Corey, this is a shocking number for renting a fence.
Yeah, taxpayers are on the hook for roughly $63,000 and counting for the fencing on the 900 block of Pandora. It was first installed by the city in the fall of 2024, part of a very optimistic mayor's first steps in reclaiming the street. When new shelter spaces and housing had the mayor and service providers confident no one would be living on Victoria's streets when 2025 rolled around. Fast forward today, and that's clearly not the case. People are still camped out. Many have just moved down the block towards Blanchard. And here's a breakdown of those costs. For the past 21 months, the city has doled out nearly $63,000 for those fences. That includes the rental of 200 to 300 panels, repairs and service fees, an average cost of nearly $3,000 a month. We asked the mayor if this was a good use of taxpayer money today. She defended the strategy and blamed the province for not helping where they should be.
The fences were brought in to try and provide an ability to manage better the public spaces, but also to prevent further entrenchment. I think there is legitimate question to be asked about the ongoing cost that's being layered onto the city by a gap in social services and healthcare from the province. And one of the costs that the city has been bearing for some time is that fencing.
According to a local fence installation company, at this point in costs, it would have been cheaper to outright buy the fence panels, though the mayor says she and staff thought the fences would be just a short-term intervention. But as long as those fences are up, the city and taxpayers will keep paying. But after last week's deep clean of the block, the city did take some fencing down, something the mayor calls a test, to see whether or not the fencing could be dismantled elsewhere. Paul?
Very interesting indeed. Thank you, Corey. Corey Sidaway in studio tonight. Well, according to the Nanaimo First Nation, the Nanaimo River is drying out at an alarming rate. The nation's Marine Division is out this week saving young salmon, which is much earlier than years past. Here's Kendall Hansen.
Nanaimo First Nations Marine Division is on a tributary of the Nanaimo River today, working to rescue young salmon. This section has been cut off from the main river, and with water temperatures rising, absorption and evaporation, time is ticking for the young smolts stuck in it.
This is one of the driest years that we've had so far that I can recollect from my own knowledge of working on the river for the past 4 years. It's quite substantially drier than we've normally seen.
The team first catches what it can in a net before transferring them to buckets where they're treated with an anesthetic. The ones larger than 70 millimeters are tagged with a microchip and recorded for future monitoring.
We want to see what the return is of the smaller salmon, how many of them are making it back into the mainstream as an adult. And we have a pit Teorena down in the lower underneath the Duke Point Bridge, and we could see those come back. So as soon as they cross over the antenna itself, it will give us the alert, and we'll see the little number that we put into them in their abdominal cavity.
The future tagged returns will show the value of this year's work, funded in part by the Pacific Salmon Foundation. The BC Conservation Foundation is also helping.
In a lot of streams, we're seeing levels in May that we typically see in August. So we were just speculating. We don't know what percentage of the population of coho ends up in this side channel and is stuck in these pools, but just judging by the numbers that Sanemo's taken out so far, it's fairly significant.
The First Nation says it's rescued more than 5,000 young salmon so far. The team has been working down the tributary as it's been drying up. It was working in this section 2 weeks ago. And the river is drying up quickly. The team rescued about 500 smolts from that stranded water right there. And on that same day, the team rescued another 150 smolts from water at the base of that tree that has since dried up. They take their precious cargo to the main river. The temperature 21 degrees in this section, 4 degrees higher than the side channel they were in. So they find a better location with a closer water temperature.
And in here, they have a lot more shelter to provide for them. There's a lot more riparian places for them to hide.
They released the nearly 400 coho smolts in the Nanaimo River, where their survival is expected to be much greater.
Now they're not going to get stuck in a pool and dry up.
Wisher RCMP say a man has been arrested in connection to the sexual assault of a young girl that was reported last week. It happened June 9th around 3 p.m. in the area of Jacqueline Road and Station Avenue. Police say a man approached the girl and spoke with her briefly before sexually assaulting her. Wisher RCMP Serious Crime Unit is leading the investigation, and on Wednesday they arrested a 33-year-old man. Oak Bay High School canceled classes today after a fire broke out in one of the bathrooms. The district says the fire alarm was triggered this morning and all students and staff were evacuated. The fire department determined that students and staff should not re-enter the building and were dismissed for the remainder of the day. No word on the extent of the damage. The school will be open as usual tomorrow. Well, the discussion around the Quadra Mackenzie plan in Saanich started all the way back in 2023, and now, more than 3 years later, Council finally voted in favor of the plan. As Mary Griffin reports, the process may have an impact on the upcoming municipal elections.
I'm going to call the question. Those in favor and opposed, Councillors Chambers and Brownoff are opposed. The motion carries.
After debating, revising, and listening to plenty of feedback since the process started in 2023, Saanich councillors vote 6-2 in favor of the controversial Quadra Mackenzie plan. It's a blueprint for future development, focusing density in corridors and neighborhoods designed to handle the expected growth.
This is a vision for what growth will look like along these two corridors and the neighborhoods that surround them for the next 20 years. There will be updates along the way. I have no doubt that the next council will want to make changes to the plan.
The plan's been controversial. Even at the final meeting, people spent hours letting council know their thoughts.
Imposing density on an already dense center condemns center residents and neighbors to inhuman living conditions of construction for years.
I'm really excited for the future of Saanich with the Quadra Mackenzie plan, and I hope that you guys adopt it.
There have been plenty of changes along the way. Early drafts called for 24-story buildings. Those are now cut to 12 or 18 stories, while buildings on corridors are capped at 6 stories, and nothing more than 4 stories will be considered in some neighborhoods. And south of Quadra, near Tattersall Drive, instead of apartments, the plan calls for townhouses.
So the first draft of the plan, the blue zone was all the way to Rogers Avenue, which is beyond these houses down here. And so that would have seen right into the neighborhoods.
DeCastri was so opposed to the original plan, she helped form Save Our Saanich, which called for balanced development. Now the group is running a slate of candidates in the municipal election based on their opposition to the original Quadra-Mackenzie plan.
We realized unless we ran 5 candidates, unless we could get people a seat at the table, what we were hearing from the public is we want some change. And we knew if we just ran one candidate, we wouldn't get that change. So we knew we had to run 5. So people are saying it's a slate, it's this, but it has to be that many in order to get a voice on council.
The final adoption of the plan will take place later this summer.
Well, the sun's certainly shining on Team Canada today in Vancouver. What a soccer game. I think no matter where you were in Canada, it felt sunny and beautiful today after that game, Jessica.
That is such a good point. Did it ever? Just incredible stuff. Yeah, well, another beautiful day out there today. We reached a high of 25 at YYJ, which is above seasonal for June. The hot spot on the island, Port Alberni, as always, reached 29 today. So things feeling more like July and August with only a couple of days left before summer officially begins. High pressure making for a really good stretch of dry, sunny weather with no rain in sight, unfortunately, for the foreseeable future. The weekend looking fantastic for all the dads out there. It's also National Indigenous Peoples Day on Sunday, so lots of events taking place around the island, and the weather is looking perfect for them. So we'll have more on that coming up in the long-range forecast. But first, these beautiful days are making for some gorgeous sunsets. Thank you so much to Mandy Brown of Powell River for sending us this very fiery sunset taken just the other night. That doesn't even look real. How gorgeous. And taken from Hammond Bay in Nanaimo, this beautiful shot taken by David McLaughlin. And speaking of summer nights, the Great Canadian Bash is the official kickoff to summer, and if you want to get a head start on your Canada Day celebrations, like we didn't already do that today, this is the place to do it. Featuring headliners, Canadian rock legends, Our Lady Peace, and the Tea Party. We have 4 tickets to give away tonight. Tess will have another 4 to give away tomorrow. All you need to do is email us at contests@cheknews.ca, and we will pull a winner tonight after the newscast. That should be a really fun time. You're going to ask me about my Our Lady Peace trivia.
No.
Okay,
do you have a favorite Our Lady Peace song? Starseed, Automatic Flowers, 4 a.m., all good options.
They're one of those, they're those bands where you hear the song and you're like, oh, that's them?
100%.
Yeah, I love that song. Yeah, that's going to be fun. That's going to be a fun time.
OLP, they're one of the best
Absolutely.
out there. Can't wait for that. Thanks, we'll check them again very soon. Thank you, Jessica. All right, from rock legends to some legends who just rode the rock. Let's turn things over to the upside, guys. You guys must be running on fumes at this point.
Yeah, not a lot left in the tank. You're right about that, but it was an incredible experience, one we'll never forget. And it all sort of wrapped up here not that long ago, but an hour ago, as the team rode in here to Trek Bikes, the end of the end-to-end cycling relay 2026. So here's how that looked.
I said quick throw. Yeah, the bagpipers and a great crowd and friends and family and excuse me, kids here to welcome the riders back and the support team. Sophia Pugh, one of them, the 9 riders this year, a wonderful teammate and just a wonderful person that we've gotten to know after the last little while. Some thoughts on this year's end-to-end relay.
Well, the first thought that comes to my mind is right after the final ride, and when I saw Ed and just all the emotions, it was just like it was just overwhelming.
You were sitting down, I know, and you were just
overwhelming.
Yeah.
But you know, what we did was we worked really hard to get to that spot, and then finally it's done. You've done your final 50. And then that's when all the emotions came, and then that's when all the feels came in.
Yeah. So each team does 5 legs of 50K each over that 48-hour period, and it's daytime, nighttime, windy time, hilly time. All of those things are mixed in.
And we got to share all the highs and the lows together, and the scary moments together, and it just made the journey just epic from end to end.
Yeah.
And you had a scary time because the wind was pounding and it pushed you. I mean, you got to be careful out there on these bikes as well.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to, we choose our hard. Right, I've got families don't choose their hard, so we chose our hard, and we got to do something really amazing for these families.
Yeah. And your bank has been a big major sponsor here. Talk about their involvement.
Scotiabank. Oh my goodness. I'm proud to be a Scotiabanker. We do a lot for the communities that we serve. We've been doing hamper drives every Christmas for the last couple of Christmases, and now we're wrapping it under end to end to make it more so. And what we do is we raise money and then the bank will match. And so that's their way of helping us support those communities that we serve. And so we've done quite a bit of fundraising.
Well,
thus
we
far.
appreciate the great support for end-to-end from Scotiabank.
But
And I'll say
also-
it for you, keep in mind, you're richer than you think.
Yes,
Right?
but we also had all the team members that came along, that came out to cheer us on.
Yes, we did, yeah.
And then I was getting texts from my teammates, and just they were coming in at the right time. The whole team has been so supportive beyond even the fundraising.
Yeah.
Proud to be your teammate.
Yes, thank you so much.
You were awesome. There's
I
Sophia
appreciate
Pugh.
you guys so much.
And Polly, the total, and we're hoping the numbers are big thanks to our, in part to our great viewers, Scotiabank. That list goes on and on. If you donated 5 cents, $5, $500, we'll announce that total for End to End in the Island Kids Cancer Association coming up at 6:40.
We cannot wait. We'll see you guys in about 20 minutes. Try and get a little bit of rest in those 20 minutes, but we will see you in about 20. Coming up, the Premier and the Prime Minister make an announcement in Vancouver. Plus,
You beat the garbage truck by about 10 minutes.
bear aware, a spike in sightings in the Comox Valley. Will tell you what you need to know when we're back in 90 seconds.
I'm Jessica McCool. Your full island forecast is coming up, but first, here's a look at weather around the world. 34, feeling closer to 39 under overcast skies in Thailand's capital. Sunny skies at 14 in Rosario, Argentina, and 17 with passing showers in Dublin, Ireland.
Weather around the world is brought to you by ComSense Cabinets. Designed for your space, built for your life.
Mom saw the new Leon sale. I haven't seen her this excited since she figured out texting.
Put on your deal face with huge savings store-wide.
Did I mention you can take 2 years to pay?
Leon's, that's comfortable.
The quest for the Holy Grail begins with Monty Python's Spamalot, presented by Broadway in Victoria, August 28th to 30th at the Royal Theatre. You can win 4 seats to opening night. Go to checknews.ca for your chance to see the funniest musical on Broadway.
The moment you step into Cedar, everything shifts. Heat wraps around you, your breath slows, and through that signature bubble, you're not shut off from nature. You're part of it. The forest, the ocean, the snowfall, it all becomes the experience, not just a sauna, a sanctuary. Others build saunas. We build connection. Discover the feeling for yourself. Visit one-of-a-kind creative woodcrafting in Qualicum Beach today.
At the Old Farm Market, we're doing everything we can to lower prices.
What are you doing, Chris? Just fishing for deals, boss. Oh, I think I got one.
Sorry, ma'am. The Old Farm Market. Not corporate, not complicated, just great produce at the lowest prices.
Watch the sky turn into a canvas of color with Saturday fireworks at the Butch Art Gardens. Enjoy fine dining, then settle in for an original choreographed show to music Saturday nights in July and August. Visit butchartgardens.com for showtimes.
Closed captioning of this CHEK program is brought to you by Hendra Moving and Storage. There's no move too big or too small. We're locally owned moving and storage experts on Vancouver Island.
When local news matters the most, CHEK now sends updates right to your inbox. Local news, local events, local people, 7 days a week. Subscribe on checknews.ca. Proudly supported by Bathfitter. Book your free consultation at bathfitter.com.
Well, soccer took center stage, but Prime Minister Mark Carney was in Vancouver today alongside Premier David Eby. The pair announcing new measures to create affordable housing in BC. Here's Michelle Gassou.
On his way to the Canada-Qatar FIFA World Cup game in Vancouver, Prime Minister Mark Carney teamed up with Premier David Eby for a major housing announcement.
Canada and British Columbia have reached a landmark new agreement to help build more homes, to bring down housing costs, and modernize infrastructure across the province.
Ottawa and BC will work together to reduce development cost charges. Those are the one-time fees levied by local governments on new development.
Development charges on multi-unit housing projects across BC will be reduced by up to 50%, 50%, for the next 3 years. That could mean for a new unit reducing costs by up to $40,000.
Another promise to turn condos sitting empty into affordable housing.
Recognizing that there is existing housing stock available that's been built that people would love to move into. They would love to make it their first home to buy, but they can't afford it.
The announcement welcomed by Burnaby's mayor, though he said municipalities should be involved in decisions affecting them the most.
I would very much have liked if we could have been brought into the conversation because we're the ones at the front line. When it actually comes to accessing these funds, there's always some big roadblock.
The province and Ottawa also pledged big dollars to upgrade infrastructure. Among the projects, $200 million for a new school and healthcare centre in Tumbler Ridge, the scene of a devastating mass shooting earlier this year.
Well, people in the Comox Valley are being told to be cautious with the number of bear sightings on the rise. Videos are being shared online, with many taken in broad daylight. Here's Dean Stoltz.
No way.
This video was taken in Courtney just a few days ago, clearly catching Lauren Thompson behind the camera by surprise.
That is massive.
It's just one of dozens of videos and pictures being shared online in the Comox Valley alone, in what appears anyway to be an increase in daylight sightings of bears.
I think it seems to me that this year we are hearing more about bears, yes, more sightings.
This small park in the Foxwood subdivision in Comox is part of Gord Mather's regular walk, but recently both entrances have had signs posted warning of a bear in the area.
I don't really know if I'm worried. If I come across a bear in cubs, you're worried. But most of the time the bears just want to get away from me. When I'm by myself, I tend to whistle or sing or yell or whatever.
Just to be heard.
Yes, I should carry a bell.
The BC Conservation Officer Service says there hasn't been an increase in reported bear conflicts this year, which at least means bears and humans are doing their part to keep their distance. But in Parksville, photographer Tony Markle did witness an unfortunate scene when a black bear ambled out of the woods in front of him and straight to a garbage can.
He was clever enough to put his claw in the top where the hinge is on the lid, and he ran his claw all the way down the lid, lifted it up, stuck his head in, picked a bag of garbage out, and then he ran over in this road here to munch on it privately.
But it might not be the homeowner's fault in this case, because it was garbage pickup day and the garbage truck wasn't far away. I mean, this happened at noon, and you're saying he just beat the garbage truck?
He beat the garbage truck by about 10 minutes.
It's an unfortunate scene we've witnessed before, and BC Conservation says in most cases the important thing to do is manage attractants wherever possible, such as securing things like garbage, pet food, and birdseed.
The Canadian dollar was up more than half a cent today to 70.77 US. The TSX was down nearly 156. The Dow increased 72. The Nasdaq jumped 496. Gold in the red 135.50 an ounce, and oil was off 16 cents to 75.85 a barrel.
Marty, and 10 years ago, Helpful a Dream gave me my childhood back. For 40 years, they've been changing families' lives on Vancouver Island. With your support, they can keep making the impossible possible. Never underestimate the power of dreams and your role in filling them.
Feel right at home with the Comfort Group. Whether it's cold or hot outside, you need comfort inside. From Victoria to Campbell River, the Comfort Group is the name homeowners trust for total home comfort. Delivering heating and cooling built for the island climate, the Comfort Group is your local heat pump expert. Heating, cooling, and electrical. Trusted comfort for every home, for every season. The Comfort Group.
Now's a great time to set goals to reach your financial success.
Maybe you want to make a few updates to your home.
Or anything else you've been dreaming of accomplishing. How would you use $80, $280, or even $2.8 million?
Call us today.
CapitalDirect.ca
Better sleep starts at the Brick, and with Beauty Rest Black. This Canadian-made mattress features diamond-infused memory foam, pulling heat away from your body for a cooler night's sleep. For a limited time, get the king for the price of the queen. The Brick and the Brick Mattress Store. The right mattress guaranteed.
What is that?
Next Jeopardy, a champ returns.
Looking to clinch his 5th win and a guaranteed spot in the Tournament of Champions.
Expect anything when a player is expecting.
I'm 16 weeks pregnant.
Congratulations!
Jeopardy, Monday to Saturday at 7:30 on CHEK.
Sitting on the sidelines is not in this family's DNA.
Blue Bloods, Wednesday and Thursday nights at 8.
Turning back to the World Cup, this is the scene right now in downtown Vancouver after Canada's big win over Qatar. Canada's next game is next Wednesday at BC Place against Switzerland, and the cheapest single ticket right now is about $1,200. Yeah.
Wow.
World Cup fever taking over Vancouver. Although I guess today, if you spend $1,200, it's like $200 a goal. So it's still worth it, right?
I might join you on Wednesday. Take the day off.
Yeah.
No
I think
one's
I'll
here.
watch it from the TV in the comfort of the newsroom. But let's talk about what's going on outside, because it was another stunner out there.
It was, not a ton of relief after those record-breaking temperatures we had at the beginning of the week. We're still above seasonal with no rain in sight as we head into another warm, dry stretch. It was a beautiful day on the North Island as we head on up there. Temperatures are going to start to climb for you come Saturday. So increasing clouds overnight tonight with some fog patches developing as well. Wind gusting at 30 to 50, becoming light later on in the evening, and remaining, so that's for inland, remaining strong near the coast, lows of 10 degrees. And for tomorrow, clouds in the morning, but clearing for a mainly sunny day with that wind continuing throughout the day. So sunny and windy, highs of 17, 23 for Sayward. Similar picture for the West Island, clear and windy, wind gusting 30 to 50, becoming light later on in the evening, and then a mainly sunny day tomorrow. Wind again 30 to 50, up to 70 near exposed coastal sections, so a windy one in the afternoon, highs of 21, and then nothing but sun with highs of 28 for the hotspot on the island, Port Alberni. To the East Island, a clear night, northwesterly winds 30 to 50 with overnight lows of 13 degrees, and then another sunny, windy day for tomorrow for the east, highs of 23. Similar picture for Nanaimo right down to Duncan with lots of sun and 27 degrees. Some wind 30 to 50 near the Strait of Georgia. A clear night tonight for us on the south, lows of 11, 13 for Salt Spring Island, and a mainly sunny day tomorrow, highs of 24, feeling closer to 26 with that humidex, and cooler where the winds blow onshore. Salt Spring Island sitting at 27 degrees. As we head on out now across the province, so lots of sun for Whistler at 27, Williams Lake with some showers, some thunderstorms for Prince George, nothing but sun for Kamloops, Kelowna at 30 degrees, Osoyoos at 31, and a mix for Cranbrook as we head on out across the country. So Edmonton at 22, lots of thunderstorm activity, Saskatoon at 19, Winnipeg with thunderstorms as well, Ottawa with thunderstorms, 19 for Quebec with a rainfall warning near eastern Quebec, Montreal at 18 with some rain and thunderstorms, and then nothing but rain for St. John's at 14, Halifax at 23 with rain as well. Let's take a look now at our 7-day forecast. So clouds clearing in the morning, making for a mainly sunny day, and then a mix of sun and cloud right through the week with no rain in sight. Highs of 22 on Saturday, 23 for Sunday, and then into the low 20s for the start of the week, and cooling off on Wednesday at 15. And look at this. How is this for the first week of summer on the Central Island? Nothing but sun right through this very hot, dry stretch. Highs of 25 on Saturday, climbing to 28 on Sunday with overnight lows of only 16, 30 by Monday, 31 on Tuesday, and then back to 28 for Wednesday. And a gorgeous week for the South Island as well. Warm, dry conditions, a nice manageable 20 degrees on Saturday, 24 for all the dads out there on Sunday, climbing to 28 on Monday and Tuesday, and then back down to the mid-20s, 26 on Wednesday. Here's a look now at your Smile of the Day.
Smile of the Day, brought to you by Dr. Ross Crapo and Associates.
After 40 years, we know that changing your smile changes your life, and we're just getting started.
Now, England won its first game of the World Cup on Wednesday against Croatia. The game was held in Dallas. So after the game, a bunch of British fans went to a local cowboy bar and they learned how to line dance.
Of course.
A little bit awkward, but you got to try it, right? Mind the gap, and that is tonight's Smile of the Day. It's kind of like a little move. Some of the guys not like they're like the Big Ben, like not moving at all. Now I lived in Alberta for 3 years. I can kind of line dance. I missed it on the back kicks. But you're a dancer. Can you line dance?
I can.
I can imagine.
I know when I went to Nashville last summer, we had a time.
Oh,
it was
really?
Good. Yeah.
You're not going to
so
show
fun.
us then, hey?
No, I'm not.
Okay, that's probably, I guess.
Yeah.
One of these days,
I
you're going to
see you do
line
it, though.
dance. Yeah,
You
we'll
and I.
line dance, not on camera.
Not here, yeah.
Good stuff. Thanks so much, Jess. We'll talk again soon. Coming up, one final check-in with those end-to-end riders before they finally get some rest. Plus,
show them that farm animals can be really cool and fun.
Daisy the porch cow, how a laid-back bovine is making waves on social media. That's ahead.
The Real Estate Report is presented by Rennie. Make confident real estate decisions with real-time intelligence, trusted throughout British Columbia.
January to May, MLS sales were 20% below their 10-year average in Greater Victoria. North Central and East Saanich have all been notable outliers with sales at or near average.
The Kia Victoria experience is a different and better way to purchase a vehicle. We believe that the more positive your car buying experience, the more you're going to love your Kia. When we say the right thing to do, we're talking about putting the customer's needs first. It's about being honest and transparent, both in sales and in the service department, and it's also about treating everyone equally. If you haven't considered Kia Victoria, I would say come see it for yourself. You're going to be impressed with the people that you meet and impressed with the product.
When I was younger, I thought purpose had to be big, like changing the world. But then there's the little things, like fueling someone's car before an early shift, or helping someone find the perfect bottle to toast a special occasion, making sure the shelves are full so a family can cook dinner, so those kids can have their favorite treats, like giving back, like making everyone's day just a bit better. Maybe that's exactly our purpose.
Are you a good neighbor? If you've had your roof treated by Thompson Roof Treatment, spread the word. Refer a friend and help them ditch the moss, protect their roof, and keep your neighborhood looking its best. They carefully remove the moss, then apply a unique, garden-friendly solution killing any leftover lichen and mildew. You get a moss-free roof for up to 24 months. Call Thompson Roof Treatment, Victoria's trusted moss removal experts. Because neighbors help neighbors.
Welcome back to the 90s, where play went next level. This was the era of street sports, big teams, and endless after-school adventures. Recreation grew, families got moving, and our centers became the place to connect. Rewind, refresh, recreate. Relive the fun at West Shore Parks and Recreation.
This summer, own the adventure with Alliance RV and Traveland RV. For a limited time, get up to $3,400 in rebates on new in-stock Alliance RVs. Create your affordable, reusable vacation and make memories that last a lifetime without the hassle of airports or hotel bookings. And with our Camp Now, Pay Later options, getting into your dream RV has never been easier. Visit Traveland RV today and own the summer with Alliance RV. Adventure is waiting.
For 25 years, Incredible Home has been crafting custom closets and cabinetry right here on the South Island. As a third-generation Victorian, I'm glad our local work helps support more than 50 local families. Quality storage built by your neighbors.
Michael and Julianne have been best friends for years.
The one constant thing in my life is that he'll always be there.
Until he popped the question to someone else.
Well,
we're getting married.
My Best Friend's Wedding, Friday at 8. You're part of the team with Donnie and Dolly.
Clearly he's worked on his shot. This guy is the real deal.
Breaking sports news and interviews. The fun kicks off weekdays at 10 a.m. Brought to you by ableauctions.ca. The Upside is brought to you by IBEW Local 230.
Upside time, and while the end-to-end has now come to an end, I know you and your team, you guys all must feel very proud. What an accomplishment.
Well, we do feel proud and a little surprised in my case, but that's all part of the package. It was a remarkable, unbelievable, unforgettable experience, and I'm so thankful and grateful and happy to have been a part of it.
Yeah, you think you know what you're getting into in a way, and we were so nervous leaving, and we both trained hard, but we're not the cyclists that our teammates are behind us. But to get out there and see our support team, a huge hand, please, for our support team, because they were absolutely amazing. You wanted a sandwich made, you wanted a coffee in the morning, they made sure you got some rest, they made sure your water bottles were full, your bike was ready to go. I mean, everything.
You didn't have to ask them, they asked you right away. So it's just a remarkable team that moved this whole machine up and down the island, which, by the way, is uphill in both directions.
Mostly, We're going to get Andy Dunstan in here right now, and I know he spoke to all you folks a few minutes ago, but not to our audience at home, because Andy created and got this thing rolling. And first of all, thank you for inviting us. What an experience for us. How do you feel as year number 2 wraps up, Andy?
Well, not normally lost for words, but I mean, immensely proud, extremely overwhelmed. The support we've received from our sponsors and the community has been overwhelming, and I know how much it means to IKCA to receive that support. So you tie the two together, and it's a match made in heaven, and I'm just so proud of the riders. The support crew are stunning. Our sponsors have never said no, and I kind of wonder where this can go, really. It's, you know, and you know, the exposure that you guys have given it over the past few months has helped tremendously. It's raised our name and Ika's name, and that's you can't put a price on that.
You've come up with a very unique idea, first off. And now it's grown into what is going to be a
I'm not sure at 2 o'clock in the morning you would have called it unique.
No.
He called you something else at 2 in the morning, actually.
But I mean, it is exciting, and it's really quite exhilarating as a rider to be out there at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning in the dark. There's so little traffic at that time, and you're chatting with your buddy, and you're riding in the dark, and it's an amazing experience. And then to come back here to this amazing greeting from friends and family, and I actually have no idea what's under that brown sheet of paper, and I am quite scared about it. But I want to thank everybody who's donated and the amazing work that you guys have done. It's been brilliant.
Well, we're going to find out what that total is shortly. We'll say that the goal this year, am I okay to say the goal?
Absolutely. So it was 100,000 last year, and we did 112 and a bit. This year, I thought 150,000 will increase a little bit, and I'm hoping we've made that.
Once we rip the brown paper off, we'll know, and we're going to do that here shortly.
Let's introduce these great people. You go ahead, Eddie.
All right, we have Saskia Bjornsson here. We're asking everybody just to kind of recap a quick memory of what stuck out for you from end to end.
I think it was riding with my partner, Sarah. We had the tunes blasting, and we were literally having dance parties on our bike up and down the island, so that was a favorite memory.
You guys were having a good time. That was good. As were you, Morgan.
We had a great time. Mine is probably Finley, age 4, made this necklace. It's an Ika family kid, so it was really special.
Kevin, you are just a machine when it comes to cycling and fundraising, so thank you for that. What about you? What stood out?
For me, the coming together of this wonderful community. I think we're blessed.
Sarah, over to you now, and we'll get your feelings coming off this. You were out there rocking it as well. You're a great cyclist and a great person too.
Oh, thank you. It was so fun to ride with you, and of course my partner Saskia. So many great moments, but I think the biggest one was talking to all the team that was supporting us and finding out why they were involved, and the stories was pretty amazing. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Sarah. Ryan, I said this earlier, and I still believe it. You're too good looking for this team, but you're going to have to live with that. That's your problem. You're a great guy. What stood out for you, Ryan?
Well, the bribe I just gave you, so thanks for following up on that. But ultimately, I've been part of the cycling community in Victoria for 25 years now. It's given me a lot, and I thought it was time for me to give back. And this tour that we've done with all these great riders and the support crew over the last 48 hours is just a great example of what we
Great wife Louise, of course, has been emceeing here today and responsible for all kinds of help with end-to-end as well.
Yeah, it's a full family affair for us.
For sure. All right, to the speedster and our great friend Jen. What stands out for you? We've talked so much about you and what your son Eamon has been going through in his cancer battle. So I'll turn it to you for your feelings.
Yeah. It's really hard to just pinpoint one thing because there's so many and just surpassed all expectations last 48 hours. But I think the biggest thing for me is just awareness about island kids. And I just think that it's been palpable. I've seen it grow in 48 hours. It's been amazing.
Now to Sophia, who coined a great phrase earlier about, and I'll have you say it again.
We choose our heart. ICA families do not. Yes. But the thing that stood out the most for me was that we got to be completely vulnerable and honest with each other when we were afraid or when we were tired. But we didn't really know each other before we started this journey, and now I think we're a very united group of friends and, dare I say, extended family.
Love it.
Yeah.
Who's ready for a total out there? Thanks to our viewers. Thanks to all of you. Thanks to Vancouver Island. All right, team. Here we go.
We're going to take it over. All right.
Jen, I'm going to have you read the number.
272,843 and 14 cents.
Look at that. 270, and we. So, yes, absolutely. Yeah. And we'll tell you this, that as we speak, there are an additional 21 or 22 additional donations that have come in here in the last half an hour that are not in this total. So we say and counting because Elise and her accounting team are doing just that and have been here almost nonstop since we got going here in the last 48 hours. We've had great support. So there's the beginning of what will be a larger total in a little while.
All right, Paulie, we'll throw it back to you. End-to-end 2026 in the books, and thank you, Vancouver Island.
Well, to you and your entire team, congratulations. Take a bow if you're not too sore to do so, and get some rest tonight. We'll see you very, very soon. Coming up, Manny Malhotra talks about the Canucks possibly drafting his son. Plus,
the T-line should dig a tunnel through the Atlantic.
World Cup connections, the beautiful culture crossovers.
Yeah? Bro, let me in. Party's over, Dennis.
Oh, sorry, Mr. C.
Teens might not care if you protect your home, but we do. Claims-free homeowners save an average of 25%. It's how we're making insurance more human.
From pop music legend Cyndi Lauper, the Tony and Grammy-winning feel-good best musical about seizing your destiny and being who you want to be. Kinky Boots, slaying the Royal Theatre July 7 through 12. On sale at rmts.bc.ca.
Morning, James.
A good day's work means helping Dana find everything he needs for his customer's new fence, checking off the list for Marcel's new paint project, and assisting Brent to stock plumbing parts for his apartment complex. Being independent means listening to our customers and stocking those hard-to-find products. For those who wish they'd come here first, Castle Building Centers, proudly independent.
Still with the Dr. Evil, Chris?
Mr. Campbell, I've invented a time machine to lower prices even further. Allow me to demonstrate.
These prices are groovy, baby.
The Old Farm Market. Great produce at the lowest prices.
Archie Johnstone Plumbing and Heating, a full-service mechanical contractor since 1954. From emergency service to preventative maintenance, commercial to residential, Archie Johnstone Plumbing and Heating. We're plumb serious about plumbing. Visit us at ajph.com.
Optimize your windows with Sunshade Film Systems, a local family-owned window film business serving Victoria and Vancouver Island for over 20 years. From consultation to installation, commercial or residential, Sunshade Film Systems has a window film solution for you. Reduce heat, glare, and harmful radiation with Sun Control solar films. Increase privacy while adding a custom touch with graphic films, or add security and protection with anti-intrusion security films. Sunshade Film Systems, solutions for comfortable living.
Broadmead, Oak Bay, Colwood, and the all-new Qualicum Beach Hearing Clinic. 4 convenient locations with one commitment: your optimal hearing health. Our team of hearing professionals have advanced university-level training and are experts at diagnosing and treating hearing loss, balance disorders, and tinnitus. We seek to improve your quality of life with a solution tailored to you. Broadmead, Oak Bay, Colwood, and the all-new Qualicum Beach Hearing Clinic.
Baseball fans, get ready. For every Harbor Cats home game, CHEK has your front row seat. Catch every monster hit and all the epic highlights packed into a 30-minute recap. Harbor Cats in 30, game nights on CHEK.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Island Eye Care, Victoria's dry eye treatment center. Do your eyes itch, water, or burn? Discover the long-term relief you deserve. Say goodbye to dry eye.
I would like to think I stray from the crazy hockey dad norm.
Canucks new head coach Manny Malhotra, a guest on Donnie and Dolly today. They tackled a range of topics, but Manny's son Caleb Malhotra expected to be a top 5 pick in next week's NHL draft. Manny said if Caleb is drafted by Vancouver with the 3rd overall pick, they will both handle it like professionals. You can watch that full interview on CHEK+. Well, Canada had a massive win over Qatar today at the World Cup in Vancouver. But this year, with the tournament spread out across North America, there's been a beautiful blend of culture.
It's the heartbeat of the World Cup. Fans feeling the rhythm of Senegal's drums in New Jersey. The power of Norway's Viking Row on Boston's escalators. And the sounds of Scottish bagpipes blaring on New York's East River. Another factor uniting fans around the globe is actually their sampling of American culture.
Trying Chick-fil-A in America for the first time as a Brit.
With food and drink playing a prominent role. That unbridled joy extending to the streets. Where Cape Verde fans celebrating a stunning draw against Spain with Boston police officers, while Ecuadorians partied in Philadelphia on the Rocky Steps.
It's been such a spectacle on the field, but the one off it has been almost the healing that we all needed.
And one group certainly feeling the love, Scotland's Tartan Army, blanketing Providence and Boston with thousands of fans in kilts, all the while seeking out nourishment.
The Tartan Army, what is the strength of this force?
It's usually filled by beer.
Amazingly, the beer
We've never seen anything like it.
actually ran out at the Samuel Adams Tap Room in Boston.
They like a lager or a light lager, and we got 2 really good ones for them.
Maybe it explains the bagpipes with a drum beat behind it. And the beautiful tunes at iconic Fenway that feel awfully American.
Boston has met Scotland, and Scotland has met Boston. They were made for each other.
Hey besties, tonight we're going to be using this peptide serum and reporting Eric from accounting's can't miss opportunity with its fake guaranteed returns. Consider your fancy homes gone, like these pores. Look how smooth.
Black Friday is back at the Brick. Friday, for one day, get 65% off sofas when you buy the matching love seat or chair and get free local delivery. Plus, take 4 years to pay with no interest. The Brick, saving you more.
Harbor Cats Baseball is Victoria's hottest summer entertainment. Single game tickets on sale now. See you at the game. Wilson's Group Stadium at Royal Athletic Park.
Being local is special to me because I get to see the impact that it makes in the community and the people who are building the city. Partnering with other local businesses allows us to grow because we are greater together.
Living in the best community deserves the best towing services with 24/7 fast, safe, and reliable assistance. You may not know what the road will throw at you, but know your community tow truck company has you covered. West Shore Towing, here, there, and everywhere.
Can a roof last your entire lifetime? This is an interlock metal roof. Beautiful, ultra-weather protective, energy efficient, eco-friendly, and highly durable. With our interlocking design, eliminate damage and leaks with our aluminum roofing in styles like slate, cedar shingle, CHEK, and even Mediterranean tile. Hundreds of thousands of homeowners across North America choose us so they can stay worry-free and focus on the things that really matter. Choose interlock metal roofing and never re-roof again.
Romeo's is proud to be serving Victoria and Vancouver Island for over 40 years. If you can't come to Romeo's, Romeo's will deliver to you.
300 Romeo's pizzas delivered right now.
Whoa, it's Romeo's, proud sponsor of people who love to eat.
What can custom weather protection do for you? What do you want? Custom weather protection by Pacific Awnings.
Hi, my name is Andre Marty, and 10 years ago, Helpful a Dream gave me my childhood back. For 40 years, they've been changing families' lives on Vancouver Island. With your support, they can keep making the impossible possible. Never underestimate the power of dreams and your role in filling them.
On this week's episode of the Wealthy Life Podcast, I'm joined by Aaron Burry, CEO of Willful, and we're going to talk about wills, everything you need to know. Aaron, what are the main things to include in a will?
There are 3 key decisions you'll make. The first is your executor, the person who's going to wrap up your life and your estate. The second, your beneficiaries, the people or charities who are going to get your wealth. And third, guardians for any minor children or pets if you have them.
Now, given that more than 50% of Canadians don't have a will, what would you tell them?
Well, if you're watching this and you don't have a will and it's been sitting on your to-do list, I'm here to tell you that it's not as expensive or as time-consuming as you think. You can get a will for just over $100 in less than 20 minutes.
Wow. Find out how. Check out the full episode on your favorite podcast player or go to thewealthylife.com.
This CHEK program is brought to you in part by Real Rug Washing by Loverrug.com. Fall in love with your rugs all over again.
Finally tonight, you never know what's going to go viral these days, like a cow named Daisy in North Dakota that loves to hang out on the front porch.
She rules the farm.
This is Daisy.
She loves people.
You might not recognize Daisy here.
Yep.
Because Daisy is famous on social media for her time spent here on the front porch. Daisy the porch cow has been going viral, racking up nearly 400,000 followers on Facebook.
Facebook's definitely the one that has really taken off.
Daisy's fans span the globe, from North Dakota to New Zealand, Switzerland, and India.
It's funny to be able to connect with all these people and show them that farm animals can be really cool and fun and sweet, and they're smart.
Daisy was a bottle calf. She came to Alyssa Telling's hobby farm when she was just a baby. When it's too hot to be on the porch, you'll find Daisy in the shade of the backyard trees or in the garage. In the garage, Daisy hangs out with the pigs. Sarge the dog is always nearby too. Life on the Dakota Funny Farm is about to get even wilder. Daisy is due with her first calf in a few weeks.
The porch calf.
Alyssa says if Daisy and baby want to hang out on the porch, so be it.
Girl.
She is dreaming of a wraparound porch with room for the whole herd.
Daisy is a beauty. Today is International Sushi Day, so go get yourself a poutine roll to celebrate Canada's big win. Andy Neal's got your next newscast at 10. Wheel of Fortune is up next. Good night.
Every Wednesday in Victoria's S.J. Willis Gym, dozens of players face off for Hockey Without Limits. But this is more than just a ball hockey game. It's a big win for inclusion.
What I love about coming to floor hockey is meeting new friends.
I'd like to be with other people and interact, and it makes me feel better for who I am.
People with developmental and diverse abilities are all too often left on the sidelines and can face social isolation. So Hockey Without Limits was launched in 2024 with the goal of bringing people together. Fun, fitness, and friendship has this weekly drop-in session, scoring a hat trick.
Vital People is brought to you in part by the Victoria Foundation, connecting people who care with causes that matter.
You got no movement. Negative contact.